Alright guys, so we're going to talk about a topic I think I thought I already put past behind us, which is talking about Jin's Oki. I received a few messages of Jin Mace asking for a breakdown of Jin Kazama's Oki, and Jin's Oki is something that actually I've been covering ever since I released the Jin guide, which isn't really that good actually, but the Okizeme system of Jin is kinda complicated. They nerfed a lot of things in Jin, so it's something that needs to be broke down in parts, and I think I did that, but yet people seem not be able to get it. So I'm going to do this video and I'm going to round all the Oki possibilities in one video. So this is probably going to be a long ass video, but I'm going to cover all of them so we can put this Oki system behind us. So first of all, I'm going to say that Jin Oki has been nerfed. His forward 4 no longer hits grounded opponents in any direction. It's something that used to happen, and this was pretty good because when you hit the forward 4 into Zen on Oki system, they were forced to stand, and they standed right in front of this Zen mix-up, and it was really good. I really miss this. This is one of the things that I miss with Jin, is forward 4 hitting grounded straight into his 50-50. It was pretty good. Like, forward 4 guy abused this stuff, and many people have been saying or accusing him that he's the one responsible for nerfing Jin forward 4. Secondly, after they took away forward 4, back row characters can no longer also being picked up. It's something that Jin had in previous Tekkens. So you no longer pick up characters because there is no back row anymore. So at best you get that. This is what you get only. So there is no way to pick people up off the ground anymore. Before, you could do this throw and then you do back to 1 and you would pick up people in Tekken Tag 2. So this no longer exists. So it's something that you need to discard from your playstyle right now. So Jin Oki has been weakened in many ways, but it still has a lot of stuff. It's just that it's not something. It's pretty different from other characters that have moves like the unmade and hit grounder in same instance, like Brian Quartercycle back for Kazuya's forward 4, Heihachi with his down back 2, if I'm not mistaken. Jin doesn't have as much. He has, of course, a few moves that is going to hit guaranteed on the ground, like is down 2. It's grounded characters, and if people stand right after, like they have to crouch guard to defend the down 2. So they really have to crouch guard in order to defend this, because this is a law and it does a lot of damage. It does more than this actually, 1 point more, does 19 damage, and if you take 2 of this is like 38 if not mistaken. Yeah, 38. And another move of Jin that hits grounded is 4-4-4, which is super slow actually, but sometimes is the only move we have to hit people grounded. And then we have like his down 4, which doesn't do as much damage and pushes characters further away from Jin and make them waking up free. So forward 4 rip to the Oki style system, you will forever be missed to this. And now that we have taken this out of the way, I'm going to finally put down making a revision of all the Oki system I've been breaking down with Jin and put into this. Since we don't have these moves that forward like that hits grounded anymore, we are forced to use this to force Okizeme in our opponents. This one, and this one. So how do you do this? So starting up, the first one is the pin. The pin is this move right here. This move is actually a counter hit launcher and does a lot of damage. And you can like use this to pin air characters into the ground. They are forced to. It's forced them to stay grounded enough for you to hit them with something else. Like, how does this work? Since Jin doesn't have a move that hits grounded opponents trying to move, and as well as they remaining still, this one right here, this used to be guaranteed. This used to be guaranteed, but now you can beat this just by staying grounded. And the way to force other people to waking up is by either you pin them into this, which is a lot of damage, or you can use the other option that beats side rolls like the down 4, but both options can be beat down by waking up backwards. Like if people waking up backwards after the pin, nothing is going to be guaranteed at all. So you are going to be forced to use another move. Like this forward 4 is going to hit people if they try to wake up backwards, but that is not the only thing that is going to hit in this case. Like for example, if I if I am quick enough, fast enough, I can actually hit an unblockable right there, and they cannot block it, because when they are back turned, they have to turn back in order to block. So when this happens, it's fast. If you are fast enough to hit this like while they are waking up backwards, anything you hit is pretty much guaranteed. If it's a launcher, it's going to launch. If it's a mid launcher, it's going to launch as well. So there are plenty ways of like this. This is impossible to block in this situation, but this is pretty risky. So using ECD1 or electric windhook fist is your best option there. This is how the pin works. The pin is like is the easier version of Jin's Okizeme, but getting the launcher afterward is kinda difficult to do, and it might require like some real work into some players. It's something that if you really don't practice at all, it's impossible to get. So this is how the pin works, and you can hit people with forward 4, CD1 or electric windhook fist. You can also hit down forward 1-4. You can also hit people with down forward 1-4 after the pin. But you need to be super fast. Secondly, there are other ways. Like you can also, instead of pin, you can and with the wind hook fist, then anything you do is much faster to hit. But if they can stand with in this case they can stand with like a tech roll, like they are able to roll after this, and they will be able to block everything. So it's not pretty much recommendable to use wind hook fist to set up unblockables, because they can just side roll or tech roll and they're going to stand in a position where they can block this. So you use the pin to force an unblockable setup right after, and if they like delay the wake up and stay grounded, then they will have to deal with Jin 50-50 game. So what Oki is for Jin, or what is Oki? Like, while in many cases some characters you are forced to guess either mid or low, in Jin's cases, if you guess like right, once you get away out of the mix-up, like you can even choose to stay grounded to avoid the mix-up, while the other characters they always have like a move that hits grounded and it's also part of their 50-50, and which is kinda unfair. I think it's kinda unfair. Like Devil Jin has a move that hits grounded, Kazuya has, Brian has, and he doesn't really need it. He has a launcher that is -12 on block and launches people sky high if you try to guess. It's pretty annoying. Jin doesn't have this, so if you guess right, like once you get away out of his Oki game. And Jin is a character that you can beat most of his stuff just by staying grounded and react to it, to whatever he's going to do. At best, the only thing he's going to hit you with is like down 4 in the ground, which is like a homing low, and then you are further away from him, and then you can stand and go back to neutral. So Jin doesn't have a I'm going to kill you 50-50 game if you are grounded. He doesn't have this, not in this Tekken, at least he doesn't have. So secondly is something that I already covered up also, which is the Kazek setup. The Kazek setup requires some work because it forces people to learn how to do this. You need to learn how to do instinct while standing 1-2. So in order to this to work, and you can hit people grounded from this, and even if they wake up backwards, like there are other ways to hit them, like with this, and this puts them right into the Zen mix-up. So even if they stay grounded, you have like this option which does a lot of damage, and if they do not stay grounded, you can then cancel your Zen with a CD, 1+2, and beating wake ups and etc, like I have shown already. So I'm going to just show you real quick right here what happens if you try to interrupt like the Kazek setup. So this is what happens if you try to interrupt the Kazek setup. So one thing to practice is this. How do you do it? You need to do a crouch dash. Then while Jin is in crouch dash, you need to press back into 1, so he can cancel this animation into this. You can also do this with 2, but the 2 is a launcher, and it's good like to beat people who like to crash at everything Jin, at every possible crouch dash Jin has. So you can just beat people with this. But as you get to, if you are able to do this, you should be also able to do the Kazek setup. The principle is just the same, and isn't really an easy task, and it's kind of difficult to do, but it's one of those things that Jin has and you really want to learn. The third one is the 2-4. The 2-4 follow up into this. This is kind of difficult because it's kind of hard to know the timing, but if you are facing people who like to wake up a lot, this is going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you a lot, especially because then you can bait people out. You can bait people out with this, and there is a lot that you can do with 2-4. You can even do this. And even these lows are kind of safe. They used it to be a lot minus, but not anymore. So the only thing that is going to punish is this, or if you of course bait with this. And people that are reactive to it, you can like do one, and if it whiffs, then you do like a low parry, and then you hit them with whatever. So you can use this as a from 2-4. 2-4 is like the Jin 50-50 main starter, okay? And people tend to like, let's say they like to tech, then you do this. I think I already explained this as well with 2-4, right? In my most recent videos, I'm pretty sure I talked about this, which is also part of Jin's Oki, and there is a lot that you can do with this. And finally, something that I haven't covered just yet, I covered the pins. If you guys would like additional information on everything that I'm covering out, the pin, the Kazek setup, the videos are in the links description, and there are suggestions on the screen where I talked about this individually, and pretty sure that there is a lot of options, a lot more than what I'm covering right here. Right now I'm just giving you guys an insight of the things that I already covered and are in separated videos with far more details than this. So this is to close up the Jin Okis, and finally we're going to talk about the Avenger setup. The Avenger setup is something that I haven't covered yet, I admit that, and that was because I didn't test it as much before, like until today, and now I know how this works, so I can cover this for you and how it does. So the Avenger setup, it's as some of you might not know it, like Avenger is this move right here, and it does a clean hit of 70 damage. It used to do 100, and on counter hit, like if this hits in counter hit, it does 84, which is like almost half, 1 point to half, 1 point left to half, so it's like 49% 0.5, something like that. So what is the Avenger setup? The Avenger setup is like a setup that ensures you to get like a free Avenger on people. It's not that complicated to use actually, but it's kinda depends on how versed your opponent knows that this is this, and how further he is like used to to get hit or not get hit by it. And so how does this works? You need to outsplat people out, and actually you give up damage for it. And if they stand quick, like if they quick stand really fast, they are going to get hit by the Avenger, and it's free damage, especially if, like, let's say they do not side roll. Okay, let's say they wake up backwards, and you hit them with this, and it's a lot of damage that you can get, especially if you are able to resplat them. If you are able to resplat them, it's 109 to 108. To these numbers you can get to 109, pretty sure. But this is what the Avenger is. He's a really strong against people that are used to like quick stand out of everything. And these actually are not the best setups that you can come up with. There is I found one that is super useful, especially against people that like to wake up with take roll. If you are like at this distance of a stage and you do like this, and then you do this, this is pretty much is going to hit, because when characters are like back turned, they tend to stand a lot much quicker, because back turned is a position no one wants to be, especially against Jin, because Jin has a bunch of unblockables on people's back, and he actually has a launcher that can hit you in many ways if you like are back turned to him, and people just going to try to turn no matter what, so this is going to hit. There are other ways, like if let's say the opponent decides not to take roll anymore and you get hit, like he got hit by this and now he doesn't want to take roll anymore. So what do? This is where this becomes a lot more interesting, because then you can just cancel the Avenger and pretty much pummel them down with whatever you want. And if they are in this position, their best wake up option is going to be a bottom, because if they try to wake up backwards this way, remember that in the other video I already covered that in Jin's Oki, that if you are back turned you cannot block whatever, so it's going to hit you. And if you try to wake up backwards like in this position, Jin is going to get an unblockable. Remember this, Jin gets like an unblockable. Jin gets an unblockable on people trying like to see people. Jin gets an unblockable on everyone that is back turned. See, and if like in that position, if you catch them with this, it's going to hit them back turn, but you can pretty much still follow up with any combo of your choosing. So there are plenty of ways to get like the Avenger setup. And one thing about this is that you need to make sure that they are unprepared to block this. This is unblockable, right? So at best when people can is try to interrupt with whatever they think they can do it, but this happens so fast because actually this range, we used to call this power in back in the days, but this unblockable is actually fast. It's not the fastest in the game, but it's not the slowest either. So for unblockable that is like at this speed, I think it does pretty good damage, and then you can still resplat them at the wall and get like 100 damage off it free, and it's something fun. Newton has been trolling people away with this in the past days, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other gym communities will start using this far more. Cherry Berry Mango is probably the original Avenger setup created for Tekken 7. If I remember correctly, it was one of his early setups, and somehow we just stopped using, maybe because this is pretty much a gimmick, but it's a gimmick that you were going to pull at some point in the game, and people are going to be jailbroken to this. They are going to be, oh my god, did I just got hit by that move? I should stop playing Tekken. So this is how this is. There is also the cross up one. The cross up is a lot more complicated, because I doesn't seem to be able to get the timing where I am able to go into someone's back, and this is something that I'm going to cover as soon as I get comfortable with it, just not right now. So if you find this video useful, if you enjoyed this video, please guys like and subscribe this video, share if you like, join the Jin community for further explanation. We have a Jin Discord, and I'm going to left the link in the description or in the comments, and just ask any questions you want, whatever you want, just ask it here. I don't have a Patreon. My country really has a problem with visas ever since the crisis has happened, so it become pretty much impossible to get a visa, so I cannot open a Patreon account in order to get like more support, which I really would love to. But if you really want to support me in any way, a donation could be good, but I'm not taking money actually because I can't. So but if you have like gift cards from PSN, euro cards or dollar cards, just send it to my PlayStation 4 ID. It's up there in the video. You can see 81MK, all without spaces, and you will be able to chat with me, ask me any personal question. You can also join the Jin community to ask whatever you want. There is a lot of people out there that watch these videos, learn a lot from me, and they actually put it to practice in online gaming. And since my internet is really that bad to play online, you can actually play them. Some of them actually play online, and you will be able to get even more tips from another scientists that are out there, like Newton. We have Ty Darkness, which is a Jin that has been having a lot of fun. There is a lot of people with a lot of technical information. It isn't just me, guys. I am the one that put the content out there, but I'm not the only one researching. So shout outs and special thanks to everyone that watches this video, that follow it, especially to Hassan, my friend, who is one of my official supporters, the Jin Discord community, the Tekken Core Academy, Tekken Zaibatsu, and the Tekken Zaibatsu in Angola. We have a Facebook forum where we chat and practice. And so this is it, guys. Next video I'm going to cover some other stuff that I've been gathering up. So this came up as a priority actually, but I have a few more stuff for Jin. We're going to cover some of the orange stacks in the future. We're going to cover a final video in the electric windhook fists exercises, so we're going to cover all of them with commentating, and there is a lot of bunch more. So make sure to subscribe to be in pay of what is going to happen, and see you guys in the next video.